Horror is one of my favorite genres. Maybe not horror games, because most of them are just jump scare simulators. But I love horror movies. I think it's because I'm not really that scared of them. Even horror games don't really scare me. Yeah, sure, I'll jump a little on the jump scares, but it's not like my heart is pounding out of my chest. And for a while, I thought I was a fearless man. A man that wouldn't let anything get in its way. My ego got to me. Then one night, I'm chilling in my bed at midnight, and it is pitch black, with nothing but the glow of the moon shining through my window and the light that the TV gave off. I was looking in YouTube's recommended page when I came across a video titled "The Spongebob Song That Caused People Distressed" by RT60. The video was about how the outro song in SpongeBob caused people to feel uneasy. Many children that were sitting alone in the dark would hear the SpongeBob outro music and feel unsafe, almost like someone is watching them. I was watching the video thinking, this is stupid. When I was a kid, I would hear this beat and absolutely jam to it. I don't get how people can get scared by this. But then there was a portion of the video where it would play the outro music and only the outro music. Remember, I am sitting alone in the dark at midnight with my window open. So I'm just lying in bed and I am met with this ugly yellow and this grady white flower background and dark red text. So I'm just sitting there. While I am listening to this, I keep staring at my window, paranoid. I keep imagining faces by the window. The music made me so paranoid that it made me close my window out of fear. My ego, as a fearless beast, was shattered. But why? Why am I not scared of something that's supposed to be scary, but my pants get a pound heavier from poop when I see something that's not supposed to be scary? I'm going to be honest, I originally wanted to make a video talking about the SpongeBob outro music, but if I did, then it would be way too similar to RT60's video. So I sat down on my bed and started going through the memories of my childhood and thought, what terrified me as a child?
It's me, Mario!
That's right, Super Mario 64. Let me explain. My earliest memory of this game is when I was either 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, I was basically an infant. I was sitting in the living room and watching my brothers play Super Mario 64, and I thought the game looked fun, so I mustered up all 8 of my brain cells in my 3-year-old brain, and I asked my brothers if I could play. They agreed, and they started a new save file for me, and it was magical. It was colorful, and the sound of birds chirping in the background was so peaceful that it made me want to cry. I tried to make Mario walk towards the castle using my 3-year-old tiny hands on the controller. I walked into the castle, and I immediately hear Bowser's demonic laugh. Then I am greeted with this calming music. I froze. I think what got to me is that I heard Bowser's laugh and that alone scared me. But when I heard the calming music afterwards, it made me feel like I'm not supposed to be scared. It felt like the game was trying to trick me into thinking everything is fine. But my gut was telling me otherwise. I'm gonna try to make you understand how I was feeling in that moment. Just imagine you look outside your window and you see the end of the world. Buildings collapsing, volcanoes erupting, an earthquake so powerful that it cracks the ground. You witness millions of people dying. Then you hear this music. Music that is made to make you feel like you're at peace. With me. Okay, maybe that's more extreme than a little fetus being scared of a laugh, but that is basically what I was feeling. But why this game in particular? I did some research and I found a Reddit post titled, "Did anyone else feel this while playing Mario 64?" Super Mario 64 was the first game I ever truly played. I was pretty young when I played it, so maybe I was just being a weird kid. But I always felt a feeling of loneliness when playing the game. There were just so few friendly characters, and the locations could get pretty creepy. Of course it wasn't always this way, but sometimes I just couldn't help but feel at unease. Did anyone else experience this? Did I seriously voice crack? Whatever, I'm keeping that in. I looked into the comments and I found what made this game unsettling to everyone else. God, those water levels were terrifying. That damn eel. The princess's castle always felt so empty. I also agreed, and I know what you mean by this. When I was a little kid, I would turn the corner as fast as I could when going down to the basement so that way I wouldn't see Big Boo. For some reason, I found Big Boo's haunt to be terrifying. The game had an echo when inside the castle, and walking down the hallways was creepy, especially when you were walking towards that Bowser painting. I have enough evidence for what I need, and after doing scientific research, which is just Google, I came across the answer on why this game is so unsettling, and it came down to 2 words: limited technology. I know, ooh, scary. But I'm serious. If you ask anyone with a lot of horror movie experience which scary movie is the scariest, most of them would say either the Blair Witch Project, the VHS series, and Wreck. And what do all of these movies have in common? The scary portions of this movie are in low quality. Think about it. The thing that scared the most children were some of the creatures. The unagi eel, chain chomp, the piano, and the pokey. Every single one of the examples are in modern Mario games, except for the piano.
So sad.
And their designs look pretty much the same, except for just higher quality. But they don't seem to freak kids out nowadays. Let's take a look at the monster that gave most kids nightmares, the unagi eel. And look at his design in Mario Odyssey. I would argue that the design in Mario Odyssey should be scarier, but it's not. The low quality version was the one that did it. And remember when the Reddit post said that it felt empty and how there was so few friendly characters? That is also affected by limited technology. The technology was so limited that they couldn't really add much stuff to the game, so it came across as empty. Why? It's simple. Humans naturally fear the unknown. Why do you think people are scared of zombies and aliens? So going back to the unknown thing, when an image is low quality, it leads our mind into filling in the blanks. You know how they say our imagination has no limit? Well, that is true. So when kids saw the unagi eel, their minds filled in the blank that the low quality 3D model of an eel left out. Okay, so that explains why the enemies in Mario 64 are scary, but it doesn't explain the other thing that makes it scary. The emptiness, the echoey music. I think Princess Peach's castle theme is iconic, but I couldn't help but feel weird listening to this music while roaming a basically empty castle. I looked towards my good old friend Google and I realized that there's an entire phobia of empty spaces called kenophobia. And I tried to look up why people have these phobias and Google was not helpful.
Master Uguay, what's the reason for people having kenophobia?
I don't know.
Also, remember when people said that the echo of the music was enough to unnerve them? I started looking into that, and once again, Google was no help. Now, when I imagine myself hearing scary music, I imagine echoey music. Mainly, I imagine myself in a big empty space, kind of like a mall, at nighttime with no one around but myself. And it's pitch black with echoey music playing in the background. But why echoey music? I had two theories on why this is, and It's either a fear of being alone or a fear of being watched. But I couldn't, for the life of me, decide which one, but eventually I did. Do you know the song Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles? It sounds like an upbeat song, but if you slow it down and make it echo, it sounds weird to say the least. I looked into the comments and I found my answer. This is what depression feels like to me. I imagine a lonely devil singing this in the middle of the night. This feels like an immortal is sitting on a cliff staring at the ruins of their old home that got destroyed hundreds of years ago, and they have flashbacks to when it was filled with joy and people, but now every time they see it filled with ghosts of the dead suffering eternal hell. This is what I hear in a depressive episode, watching everyone around me seem happy. I don't know how, but echoing music makes you feel lonely. That also explains the kenophobia thing. So, yeah, that's the reason. It's just limited technology. This is the reason why this gave children nightmares. I know it's kind of a letdown, but it is the truth, so thanks for watching, I guess.